biggest issues in any relationship, the biggest problems in any single relationship usually stem from one of two things, and more so this particular one, which is finances. A lot of people find a difficult situation treading the tough waters of managing finances, not having finances, having too much finances. It's always the underlying issue of finance. And it seems that this particular bug has also been caught in the house of Kabi WaJesus and Millie WaJesus, because wow, Mr. Kabi is out here saying we get Arab money. Oh, yani, he's just flashing people with dollars, cash dollars, 100,000. Hey, he's not playing around, and it has caused a little bit of a kerfuffle within their household. In case you haven't seen the story, this is how it goes. Apparently, Kabi WaJesus has been so good to his friends, so good, but using the wrong bank account. He seems to be giving money away to his friends, or at least lending his friends money in the form of a loan, but never really asking for the money back. And according to Millie, she says that the worst one was when he gave 150,000 Kenya shillings to one of his friends, one of his gang, and did not ask for the money back. So much so that she had to take stuff into her own hands, but I am going ahead of myself. Now, she says the worst thing is the fact that he's taking this money out of their joint account. Like, he has his own personal account, but he goes so far as to take money from their from their joint account to then give his friends as a loan without asking for a refund. So she was a mad. She's like, no, you can't keep doing that. And it seems like she took matters in her own hands, as I mentioned, by calling the friends and asking for the money back. She's like, you better give me my money back, because that was not just Kabi's money, that was Millie's money too. You better pay up, sucker. And so Kabi was kind of a little disgruntled about this whole story, saying that these kind of, like, wives tend to be the things that break a lot of relationships, because they take matters into their own hands in this way, and they get involved in matters that do not concern them. If he wanted the money back, and when he wants the money back, he knows how to get his money back, but it was still very, I think it was still very jaded how he came off, right? But Millie insisted and continued to say that you cannot do this, you cannot be giving money to people without asking for the money back, and you cannot also just give people money without letting me know in advance. How are you just taking money out of our joint account and giving it to your friends, regardless of how, you know, bro, you know, gang, fam you are? That's a you problem. You can't be taking money out of our money, out of our pockets, and giving it to other people without letting me know in advance, right? And so in that moment, Kabi broke into prayer, starting to pray about this matter. And Millie was like, hush, boy. You will not be using that line on me today. You will not be using that tactic on me today, because that is a sin. I cannot be telling you about something that is going on that is bugging me, and your first reaction is to pray about it while we're in an argument. That's not going to get you out of this one. Even in prayer, you first ask for forgiveness from the person who you've wronged, and then you pray about it. You're not going to interrupt this conversation and get out of it because you prayed. Leave God out of this. You did this. So I felt like it was really funny, but at the same time, it can cause a lot of issues and commotions. Imagine, umerelax mahali, unajua niko na ka 150,000 mahali, imerelax, it can do some good. And then you go to the bank account and whoa, it's gone. The money is gone.
Pew, pew.
And
when you ask about this notification, you're being told,
leave it. Unapenda kujua sana. Unahongana moshene. Why must you know everything? So I think for me, it's a sign of huge disrespect. If at all, it doesn't matter whether it's a joint account, everyone else's account, like it's personal accounts. If we are married and you are giving sums of money, there's some decisions you cannot make on your own.
True.
Let me know. I want to know that, oh yeah, by the way, just so it's like you don't even have to tell me like, oh, sit down, let me tell you something. It's like, oh, by the way, I'm thinking about loaning so and so 10K. I hope you're cool with that. If they're not, they're gonna tell you. If they are, they're gonna tell you, but they're more inclined to allow you to do it if you've asked in advance. So in my opinion, it was a sign of disrespect, and then him trying to bring God into this whole mess. Ciao, Kabi.
As in, it's not about asking for permission, you know, you don't owe them, you know, that. It's just as simple as, hey babe, I'm thinking of loaning some amount of money. And to do that and not just take it out of your personal account, but from the joint account. this is money. This is a pool of money she has contributed to. It's like you robbing me blind.
Imagine.
And then when I ask you, where is this money going to?
Like,
you tell me, don't worry about it, sweetheart. What? Don't worry about it. What do you mean? That is
madness.
But the thing that stuck out to me is just the spontaneous prayer.
Yeah.
That, what?
You broke into prayer.
What do you mean?
Shanara Baba Yoko.
I am addressing something serious, because money is serious, especially in a relationship. You know, resentment can come in very quick because you know this person inside and out. You know who they are. You know who they pretend to be. You really, really know them. And then they lie in your face. You try to address it, and then they bring in God. Aki, as in, anyway, just find somebody who you're equally yoked to. Because this problem of Millie addressing things and him, you know,
brushing it
off and saying, don't do
it's like, I am the man of the house and therefore I should know better. You know,
that's really a standing theme in their relationship. And even in the reality show, from the small snippets I could see, like Millie confronting Kabi about something and him just brushing it off. Like him always complimenting Nika. You know how Nika is very well endowed, you know? So, you know, Nika would come into the room and Kabi would make a comment and everyone else would be like, what? What do you mean? You know, and it happened 1 time, 2 times. Millie addressed and said, listen, I'm not comfortable with the way you're always talking about Nika. You know, it doesn't make sense. Instead of working on it, instead of saying, listen, babe, it wasn't coming from a bad place. I was just, you know, it was just talk. We're friends.
Yeah, and no more.
I won't do it again. You're uncomfortable. I won't do it. This man proceeded to do it a 3rd time. And only when she broke out in tears, because it's embarrassing.
It is.
It really is embarrassing. Only when she had a breakdown and started crying about it is when he decided to come and address the issue and still did not take accountability. So, anyway.
He's doing too much.
Watu wa duve moja. Whom stawi to assume that she's unhappy.